What is going on, internet family? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are here for a good time because we like to keep the good times rolling here on this channel. If you guys are new, hey, how's it going? My name is Caitlin and I make about 4 videos a week about sneakers, entrepreneurship, the Enneagram, and just overall life advice. I'm trying a new thing here where on Tuesdays and Thursdays are specifically designated days for sneaker videos, and Monday and Friday we'll see a variety of different videos. But without further ado, let's dive into today's video. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a minute and watched any of my other sneaker content, you know that we generally like to talk about budget-friendly sneakers for all the ballers out there like me who are on a budget. But today I wanted to flip the script a little bit. Ask any sneakerhead you know whether they're trying to score the latest hype or scooping up the sales. I guarantee you they have a list of their personal Grail sneakers that they would love to own one day. With social media constantly showing us new hype, it's almost impossible not to. Now, this list is generally made up of sneakers that the person either missed out on drop day, have recently become hype, or are super expensive, and maybe they've just been admiring the shoe their entire sneaker collecting days and just haven't been able to pull the trigger on a pair in their size. Personally, where I am at right now, I try not to go over $200 when I'm copying a pair of shoes, but that doesn't mean I don't have a wish list of more expensive in case I ever win the lottery one day or someone just writes me a blank check to go crazy at a sneaker store. Neither of those things are very likely to happen, but hey, a kid can dream, right? Now, my list isn't going to be in any particular order. They're not ranked at all. These are just some of the kicks that one day I hope I can cop, and some of the others are just simply a pipe dream, but let's go. To kick off the list, we're going to go with the Jordan 1 Rookie of the Year Retro Highs, a shoe that I can definitely see myself copping one day. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the Jordan 1s, even though the shoe is becoming more and more difficult to cop. The shoe was created in honor of Michael Jordan's Rookie of the Year honors in 1985, which he won following his rookie season. When Jordan stepped up to accept the trophy, he was rocking a very dope tan color jacket, which thus inspired the colorway of this fantastic Jordan 1. The first time I saw the shoe on foot was at a sneaker event here in Toronto, and the person rocking them had a nice dope pair of fire red laces that immediately won my heart over. This shoe with the tan colorway and the fire red laces takes the shoe from an ordinary looking Jordan 1 to the next level in my honest opinion, and the more I see these bad boys on the gram, the more I fall in love with them. It's a nice clean cut silhouette, and the color is subtle yet crisp. These released in 2018, and I totally slept on the release, and unfortunately right now the resale price is between $880 and $950, which is definitely a no-go for me. The next on my personal wish list is the Shawn Witherspoon Air Max 197 collab. For many, this was the sneaker of 2018, and the shoe is still extremely hyped to this day. This beautiful sneaker comes from the crazy mind of sneaker aficionado Shawn Witherspoon as part of the 2018 on-air contest that Nike put out for Air Max Day. This shoe hits all the bases for me personally. It's an Air Max 1 combined with the best of the 97s, so I imagine it's hella comfortable. The colors are retro and vibey, reminding me of a late 80s and 90s vibe, yet still looks slick enough to be totally normal in 2020. Witherspoon made it clear that these sneakers were meant to be worn, and he made sure he put in some extra customizations in these bad boys. Ultimately, with the collab, they're the perfect cultural mix done right, helping to escalate the sneaker world. Obviously, because the sneaker was so hype and people love it, the resale value is currently up around $1,000, which is definitely outside my price point, but it's still cool to admire the shoe from afar. The next sneaker on the list is the Travis Scott Jordan 1s. In case y'all haven't noticed, I am definitely a big fan of the Jordan 1s, and this sneaker is honestly one of my favorite Jordan 1 collabs just because of how different it is. It's like Nike just handed Travis Scott the keys to the kingdom and let him go wild. He had full creative authority and wasn't afraid to change up the classic silhouette, and because of that, this Jordan 1 collab is an absolute standout. Obviously, if you are into sneakers and in the sneaker world, you know how dope these kicks are, so I don't think I really need to explain too much about these bad boys. Of course, Nike and Scott have some history with past collabs, which were met with a ton of hype, so when these bad boys released, they dropped and they went like hotcakes, and today's resale for them is right around $1,400 on StockX. Moving on my wish list, we have probably the most attainable sneaker on the entire list, the Air Max 1 Anniversary in the University Red and White colorway. I love red sneakers and I'm a huge fan of the Air Maxes, so to land these bad boys for my collection would be definitely a huge W. Of course, the 2017 re-release was a remodel of the OG 1987 sneaker. These shoes just scream classic OG Nike, which makes them a must-have in every sneakerhead's collection. They're also relatively versatile, and it's the type of hype shoe that you're not afraid to wear somewhat regularly in your rotation. Resale value currently has them somewhere between $250 and $400, so they're definitely an attainable shoe if you're looking to make a leap up and get some more hype in your rotation. Next, we're going to head back to the fantastic Jordan 1 collab world, and probably my all-time grail is the Off-White Jordan 1 Chicago. This shoe was one of the most highly anticipated sneakers in 2017, and the first of many collaborations between designer Virgil Abloh and Jordan Brand. When Virgil set out to design an entire lineup of Nike's most iconic silhouettes, he did so with a lofty, deconstructed, and loose approach to filter through each of the 10 designs and completely reimagine the beloved 1985 Jordan 1s. Needless to say, the man did not disappoint. Everything about this shoe just screams retro but still looks classic, like a new piece of art that quickly steals your heart. Jordan 1 was a shoe that kind of needed a heartbeat shocked into it, and this collab with Abloh was exactly what the doctor ordered. Now, of course, because of how hype and awesome the shoe is, the resale value is pretty crazy, anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. Next, we're going to show a little love to the 6 and Drake with the limited edition Jordan 12 OVOs, the white version. These bad boys were concocted when Jordan and OVO brand combined to make one of the cleanest retro releases to date. Honestly, I love everything about the shoe, and it is an absolute crown jewel on my Grail list. It's just so fresh and clean, and even though I'm not the biggest Drake fan, you gotta represent your city. Outside of the $1,000 resale price tag, what makes these bad boys even more tricky to cop for myself is the fact that they didn't release in my size. At least I don't think they did. I rock anywhere from a 6.5 to a 7 men's, but the smallest size I can find right now to be copped is an 8.5. So if I ever score these bad boys, they'll probably be just for show, unfortunately. Now, I quickly want to include an honorable mention here in case these bad boys ever get re-released on a wider level. We're talking about the Nike MAG sneakers, which were inspired by Marty McFly in the 1989 movie Back to the Future Part 2. Aside from just looking absolutely dope, what makes these sneakers a must-have and a ultra cop is the fact that they are actually self-lacing and were part of a limited release run for charity. The rarity of these sneakers, aside from the futuristic aspects, comes from the fact that only 89 pairs were ever released in 2016, and the resale value for these is so far off the wall, I don't even want to mention it. I know a pair sold for like $37,000 on eBay. Just such a dope sneaker. To have that in your collection will be a dream come true, but emphasis on the dream. And it looks like we are onto the last sneaker on my personal wish list, which is the Sakai by Nike LDV Waffle. This shoe just looks like the perfect summertime sneaker and paints a beautiful retro yet modern picture. I've not personally worn them, but they look like a basic Nike sneaker on steroids, which means they should be a good shoe to mix in with your regular rotation, but can still make you stand out in a crowd. This is a great shoe if you want to wear something a little more hype, but still look relatively chill in your Nikes. There were obviously a few different colorways released, but I am hoping that I can pick up one of these bad boys. My preference would be in the multi-blue colorway, but hey, your girl aren't picky, and the blue colorway is currently reselling for $500 plus on StockX, so I would need to stumble across a really good deal for me to add those to my personal collection, but they're such a dope sneaker. They just look fun and chill, totally on brand with what I try to go to when I'm rocking my sneakers, and I could definitely mix them into my regular rotation. Looks like that is all the time we have on today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot that you choose to spend your time with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little detour from my normal sneaker content. I try to make content for ballers on a budget, much like myself, but I wanted to step my game up and share my personal kind of Grail wish list in the sneaker world in case, like I said, I ever win the lottery or someone writes me a blank check to go sneaker shopping, because that would be dope. If anyone out there wants to do that, hit your girl up. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and then hit that subscribe button. Join the fam. It means a lot. We're going places. We're just cranking this out here on YouTube. Again, this is my 2020 personal Grail wish list right now. It may change throughout the year, so maybe I'll make some more videos. But before you leave this video, make sure you leave down in the comments below what some of your Grail wish list sneakers would be. Looks like that's all the time we have for today, so I'll catch you guys in the next video.